Hello students, good morning to all of you. Today I am going to start a very beautiful lesson, The Little Girl of class 9th. This lesson is very inspirative for each student as well as for his guardian. You can read it and also told it to your guardians, and you will feel that your guardian or your parents will take interest after reading this chapter. This lesson is just same with the lesson which was taught to you, The Last Child. You have read first lesson in the storybook. Something is common in this lesson, and that do you feel you know your parents better now than when you were much younger? You were much younger. Perhaps you now understand reasons for some of their actions that used to upset you earlier. This story about a little girl whose feelings for her father change from fear to understanding will probably find an echo in every home. In this lesson, you will came to know that there was a little girl named Kezia who was very fearful to her father. Why she was very afraid? All these things came to know after reading this chapter. So let us start. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with, "Goodbye, father." And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. So, in this para, you see that the girl Kezia was afraid of her father because her father was very strict, but he also loved her daughter very much. When he go for any work out of his house, he met her girl and showed her affection, but there was something missing which was disturbing his girl. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. "Bring my tea into the drawing room. Has not the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my papers out there, and bring me my slippers." When her father returned, she heard very harsh voice of him, and she became afraid because her father was a figure to be feared. For her, Kezia mother would call to her, "If you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots." Slowly the girl would slip down the stairs, more slowly still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door. By that time he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. When the little girl came down for obeying the order which was given by her mother, she get terrified by the gruesome look of his father. "Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today?" I did not don't know, father. मैं नहीं जानती पिताजी. She began tottering. You don't know. If you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. Stutter means हकलाना, stammer. So girl was so afraid of that she began to stammer. Mother will have to take you to the doctor. She never stuttered with other people, had quit, given it up, but only with father, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. The girl was not able to speak clearly only before her father, because she was very afraid of her father. What's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about? Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Here, Kezia, carry my tea cup back to the table carefully. He was so big, his hand and his neck, especially his mouth, when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. Here the writer is describing the physical appearance of Kezia's father, who was so big, and his hands and neck, especially his mouth, was also very big. And when he yawned, मीन्स जब वो मुहाई लेते थे तब उनका लुक और भी टेरिफाइंग हो जाता था. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa, his handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. On every Sunday, when her grandmother sent her, Miss Kezia, to chat with her parents, but when she went there, she saw that her mother was reading and her father was sleeping, and after seeing it, she became very nervous and returned from there. So students, in this picture you can also see that how Kezia is seeing her father and mother who were busy in their work, and she was standing alone watching both of them. She sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke and stretched and asked the time, then looked at her. Don't stare so, Kezia, you look like a little brown owl. One day when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she should make him a pincushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. When she saw her parents busy in their work, she sat on a stool and gravely watched him until he woke. And when he woke up, he asked Kezia not to look like a little brown owl. And as her father's birthday was coming near, her grandmother suggested her to make a pincushion for a gift of a beautiful piece of yellow silk, so that her father became happy with her and she also can take some happiness from her parents. Laboriously, with a double cotton, the little girl stitched 3 sides, but what to fill it with, that was the question. The grandmother was out in the garden and she wandered into mother's bedroom to look for scraps. On the bed table, she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper. gathered them up, tore them into tiny pieces, and stuffed her case, then sewed up the fourth side. Laboriously means without effort, with a lot of effort or difficulty. She tried to make pincushion and she was asking for help, but there was no one. Her grandmother was out in the garden, so she alone wandered into mother's bedroom, and there she found some paper sheets, and she tore them into many pieces and tried to make a pincushion for her father. Here is a word scraps. Scraps means small pieces of cloth or paper which were used to decorate anything. That night there was a hue and cry in the house. Father's great speech for the Port Authority had been lost. Rooms were searched. Servants questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. Kezia, I suppose you did not see some papers on a table in our room. Oh yes, she said. I tore them up for my surprise. What? Screamed mother. Come straight down to the dining room this instant. And when her father returned from his office, there was a huge hue and cry in the house due to that papers which were torn by the Kezia. The papers were of speech for the Port Authority which were prepared by her father, and the paper were searched by servants, her mother and her father also. But when no one found them, her mother asked Kezia about that paper, and she answered truly that she knew, and what had she done with those papers. And she dragged down to where father was pacing to and fro, hands behind his back. Well, he said sharply. Mother explained. He stopped and stared at the child. Did you do that? No, no, she whispered. Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damned thing. See that the child's put to bed this instant. When she was taken before her father, she began to tremble. Her body was shaking due to fear, because she was already afraid of her father, and when she understood that she had done a blunder, she became very nervous and feared. And when she was asked by her father that if she had done all that, she answered hesitatingly, stammering to her father that she had done all that. And then her mother ordered her to bring those papers, stand to her before her. Crying too much to explain, she lay in the shadowed room, watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. Then father came into the room with a ruler in his hands. I am going to beat you for this, he said. Oh no, no, she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. He pulled them aside. Sit up, he ordered, and hold out your hands. You must be taught once and for all not to touch what does not belong to you. But it was for your birthday. Down came the ruler on her little pink palms. So, when it was clear that she had done all that for which there was a hue and cry in the home, she was crying bitterly and trying to explain that she had done without knowing it. After that, she lay in the shadowed room, watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. And after that, when father came and asked him to be ready for punishment, because he was going to punish her so that learn she can learn a lesson for not repeating such type of mistake again. And when she knew that, she began to scream loudly, saying, "No, no, dear father," and she hid him, herself behind the bedclothes. But her father ordered her to come before him and knew about her mistake. She also tried to exclaim and expressed her ideas that she was trying to make a gift for her birthday, but there was no use of any type of such sentences because her father was ready and firm determined to punish her for her mistake. Okay, student. So read this chapter and next next portions, next passages of this lesson I will teach later. Okay, students. Thank you.